Changing organisational culture is one of the most difficult leadership challenges. As we said before, organisational culture is akin to a company's personality. As the saying goes, a leopard can't change its spots. When is the change needed? When the business environment changes, the organisational culture should be adapted. The change is needed when organisational culture becomes an obstacle to achievement. For example, when an organisation has a weak organisational culture that is focused only on one or small numbers of aspects that constitute organisational culture. Very often it is the case that focus is purely on results. That can happen to companies that are trying to establish themselves or those that have suffered major setbacks, such as bankruptcy. How is organisational culture changed? It's really for individual companies to work out the strategy, because it's not a case of one size fits all. Let's look at the example of one large engineering company and how they approached the organisational culture change. It was a case of complete reorganisation of management and a specific shift towards the strong but collegial leadership. Implementation of change was in a four-phase approach. Awareness. New model of leadership and descriptions were publicised all over various company branches around the world. Learning. Learning how to change behaviour is not easy, so this step's very important. How do you translate get results the right way into specific behaviours? Training included firstly initial assessment of all managers to see how their behaviour fits into the proposed model. That was followed by intensive training that included online library of materials and role-playing and so on. Eventually, all managers were put into peer support groups to talk through their behaviours in their own terms, both during the training and beyond. After learning, there was a period of practising new behaviours, but without pressure of consequences. It was easier for leaders to admit difficulties or be self-critical about their own behaviours. The result-based reward system is being replaced by sustainable results. Performance reviews were not connected to compensation, and with the money pressure off, it was easier for managers to discuss their struggles with key behaviours and listen to the feedback and advice. Accountability. After 6 months from starting the change, the managers had a new assessment, and this time the results had influence on promotions. However, even if they didn't achieve expected results, they were still given another chance for improvements. 2 years later, this company is seeing the benefits of the organisational cultural change. For the company to stay competitive, operational results still needed to be strong. The change of the corporate culture hasn't changed the fact that managers had to drive their teams hard, but the way it's done has changed. There is more respect, better listening, and less micromanagement.